one of the items we were trained in was long marches. We would do 8-mile march was very frequent. We go on an 8-mile march, and when we would come in at the end of 8 miles, our regimental commander, Colonel Bradlow, he was there to greet us, and he liked to see us double time in. And every once in a while we would take a 25-mile march, and that was to toughen us up. So we would do these long marches, and so when we would go on a long march or any march, we'd march for 50 minutes and rest for 10. And at the end of the, do they care for profanity in this record?
Yeah, we can do it.
So at the end of 50 minutes, we'd rest, and we would sing our song. Off your ass and on your feet, and out of the shade into the heat, let's go. So we go for another 50 minutes. And then at that time, you'd stop and rest for another 10, and at that time, you'd sing your same old infantry song. I remember that, and Colonel Bradlow, our regimental commander, he was always there at the end of the line, and he did not like slackers. He wanted you to double time in, be running real fast, so that you still had it in you. You were, and this is what kind of a military commander. He reminds me of a commander like General Patton, although Patton was not connected with our organization, he had no bearing to us, but we were being trained as if General Patton was our general. When the Army, when they acquired this ground, it was way in excess of 100,000 acres. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this ground was in excess of 100,000 acres up in Oregon. So they had plenty of ground. Now, prior to my arrival at Medford or Camp White, the General Gerhardt, he put his men on a 91-mile hike to toughen them up. Some were from the regular Army, the reserve units of the National Guard, and others were just belonged to a reserve unit. And so they pulled them in, and to toughen them up, the General Gerhardt put those men on the famous 91-mile march. And that was in August of 1942. So they had this experience of getting ready and getting tough.